Hey guys, thank you so much for stopping by. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Zulai, and well, I got engaged. My fiance Adrian proposed back in August of 2019, and ever since then, I've just been in planning mode. Wedding planning mode, everything with regarding wedding has been in my head. So, on that note, I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. Come on now. Like, I've never planned a wedding. I am not a wedding planner at all. I mean, I've planned some birthday parties here and there, maybe graduation over here, but for a wedding, no. I've never planned it. So it's definitely been an experience so far. And that is just because I'm barely in the beginning of all this wedding planning stages. We did decide to have a 2021 wedding. So our engagement will roughly be a little bit more than a year and a half. But, that's just me. I like to be prepared. I like to take my time in things, do my research, save money for, the wedding, because not only are we having a wedding, but we got to figure out where we're going to live. All that needs time. So this video will be the first of a whole wedding series. If for some reason you need as much help as I do, please don't forget to subscribe down below. Give it a thumbs up if you learned something. And please, any advice for me, go ahead and comment down below. I'm gonna need it. So let's jump right in. All right, so first things first, let's just put it out there. Weddings are expensive. Yes, I mean, we all know weddings are expensive. I know that I thought I knew how much weddings were, but nope, totally wrong. They're way more expensive than I thought. I mean, they don't have to be, okay? They do not have to be expensive. I know I don't want mine to be expensive, but I really want mine to be really, really nice. So just because it's more expensive, it doesn't mean it's more beautiful or nicer. So my tip to you is, go in with the mentality that weddings are expensive, but they don't have to be, okay? You can still get that beautiful Pinterest wedding that you've always dreamed about, because I know that's what I want, but I don't want to break the bank. So don't forget that. Advice number 2 that I've learned is budget. You need to budget. Budget. I mean, I've seen videos before that have said, you need a budget, but I'm like, I kind of have a rough idea. No. You need to know how much money you have that you can spend. You and your fiance need to go and talk to your family to see if they'll be helping you. I know what me and my fiance did was we both decided to, sit down and really discuss a few of the most important things that we want in our wedding that are very, very important, like non-negotiables. I know for us, music is definitely key. Like, my family likes to party, his family likes to party. I mean, we're both Mexican. We love the fiestas. We love the banda. So for sure, music is key. We will be probably spending a good amount of money on either a good banda and a really, really good DJ. I love to dance. My fiance loves to dance. We just want everybody to have a good time. So we are planning to spend a little bit more in that area compared to that. Something that's not too important for us is cake. We don't really want to spend so much on a wedding cake. I love desserts. I definitely have a sweet tooth, but my fiance doesn't. And we both were like, well, I don't feel like spending $1,000 for a wedding cake when people are most likely gonna be at the dance floor, jamming it out, rather than really dissecting how good the cake is. I mean, it's probably going to be good. I don't know. But I don't mind a funfetti cake that I bake at home. As long as it looks pretty, that's fine with me. So I definitely recommend you and your fiance sitting down, making a list of maybe 3 or 4 things that are super important to you, and then a list of things that, it's all right. We don't really want to spend so much money there. So that list will definitely help you when it comes to your budget and how you want to allocate your money. Don't forget, start figuring out maybe some padrinos or somebody to help you out with your wedding. Or if it's something that you and your fiance are just going to take on your own, good for you. Sit down and be like, okay, what are our bills looking like? How much money can we add to a certain savings account? I know what my fiance and I did is we created a whole separate savings account just for our wedding budget. We did Discover and was like, you know what? Discover has a really good interest rate on it, so let's start it. So every month we put a certain amount of money in that account and we watch it grow. Yeah, it takes time, but with our engagement being close to 2 years, we figured it'll be pretty good by the time we get there. We just pull money from there every time we need to make a payment when we want to lock down a contractor or a vendor. So that's been really, really great. So again, budget, talk to your family, talk to your friends to see if anybody can help you. Maybe your friend is a really good baker and they can help you out with baking that wedding cake for you, then there you go. You're saving money there. So don't be afraid to go out and ask for help and, really use those talents. But again, it's up to you on how much money you have, how much money you plan on saving, and how big you want your wedding. But again, back to the first advice, you don't got to spend a lot of money to have a beautiful wedding. All right. So moving on to tip number 3 that I figured out as I went is creating that guest count. Yep. Create that guest count. It's never too early. Just go on there and start either writing down everybody in your family that you want to invite, all your friends or your coworkers, and their spouses, I don't know, whoever you want to invite. A little thing that I came up with, which kind of blends in with fourth advice, is staying organized. So I guess we can talk about this blended together, is creating your own Google email, because that way you can use their Google Docs. So for me, staying organized is really important. I tend to be an organized person already, but with school, with work, family, trips, actually having a life and trying to spend some time with my friends, just creating a whole Gmail account specifically for wedding related items is going to be so helpful in the future. You correspond with so many different people, you reply to so many different emails, you ask for all type of quotes for all these different vendors. Having one designated specific area where you can go in there and check all your emails or reply really quickly will be so helpful. So creating a Gmail account, and not only creating it, but sharing it with your partner so they are able to see it as well, would be so helpful. Like for me, I'm busy. Sometimes at work, I just don't have the time to do any little wedding related item, but my fiance might have a little bit more time on his work where he actually be like, hey, did you see that, or coordinator asked us a question, have you replied? I'll be like, oh, okay, cool. Like I'll reply, or we'll discuss it, and then I'll tell him to reply. So that really helps. It really is a team effort. So having that email has been amazing. It really has saved us so much time and worrying less, because we have everything in that little specific place that we know we can just jump right in and take a look at it. With creating a Gmail account, that you can access Google Docs and create a spreadsheet. So going back to the guest count, having that spreadsheet and typing away a list of all your guests, your fiance can go in there also and do the same. So for me, I created a whole list on the Google Excel sheet. I said, okay, guest count on this day, and then I just started typing away all my family members, all my coworkers, everybody that I plan to invite. And then my fiance, when he has time, he did the same. He jumped right into the same Google Excel sheet, and then he just went and typed away. Now, what we did is we made like a little as of this date guest count, because things change. Maria might have broken up with Jose and Jose is no longer invited. Or we got a new coworker at work and she's great, I'm planning on inviting her. So then you type in their name. So you kind of go back and forth, and you want to edit that as much as you're possible. So that way you're organized, you know what's going on, because it's definitely a process. You want to know exactly what's going on at all times. So staying organized, having a guest count is key, because with that, then you can really start the ball rolling with your planning, because probably one of the main things that you'd want to get is your venue. And with venue, you can't really book it or look at them until you know how many people you plan on invite. If there's a venue that you love and it's totally going with your theme and it's definitely in your price range, but then you see that it's only for 100 people, and then you go back and you look at that your guest count is 200 people, well, that's really not going to work. So again, being organized, having that guest count is key. So with planning the wedding, everything kind of goes into a flow of things, but they all work together. So when I said was, my advice to you is going with the mentality that weddings are expensive will help you with creating those decisions in the future. And then knowing your budget will also help with creating those decisions and really making things a lot easier for you, because you'll be staying organized and you'll know how many people are involved with your wedding. I feel like those 4 items are really important, and I know for me personally, they've helped me so much when planning my wedding so far. But my last tip for you guys is enjoy the process. I know it's stressful planning a wedding. I know for me it's been so stressful, but I've enjoyed it so much that I decided to create this channel and this video for you guys to, share what I've learned. I know for most it's pretty hard to do all this, especially with so much going on with the world right now and so much that goes on in our daily lives. But just knowing that at the end of all this hard work, stress, emotions, emotions, um, at the end of the day, it'll be so worth it. You would be like, I'm so happy I put all those hours in, because at the end of the day, it's all about you and your love of your life and just starting those new chapter in your life. So that's definitely something that I have to remind myself in a way, is to enjoy the process. I'm really, really excited about it, and try not to worry so much, even though I'm definitely a worry person, and but I gotta just snap myself back into it. So those are a few tips that I give you guys. I really hope this helps you or a friend that is planning their wedding. I know I'm not a planner, but this is real life. I mean, definitely in the middle of this whole planning situation. I have a goal in mind, and I'm doing whatever I can to get there. And again, if you have any advice for me, please comment down below. Give my video a thumbs up if you learned something. That way I know, hey, I'm doing at least something right. And again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.